Alfred, Americans keep hearing that Trump has a plan to end the war in Ukraine. But something about this plan looks illegal. Is there actually a U.S. law that forbids what he's pushing?
Oh yes, and not just forbids. It directly contradicts the core of Trump's proposal. Let's talk about the law he's pretending doesn't exist.
All right, Alfred, let's start simple. What law are we talking about?
Most Americans have never heard of it, but there is a federal law already on the books that defines Russia's aggression as illegal, prohibits recognizing any territorial changes by force, and legally binds the United States to oppose exactly what Trump is demanding. The law is CAATSA Section 257, codified as 22 U.S.C. Section 9546. Titled, Support for Ukraine's Sovereignty, Independence, and Territorial Integrity. And it commands the U.S. government to oppose any attempt to change Ukraine's borders by force, refuse to recognize any Russian annexations, and maintain pressure and sanctions until Russia leaves the territories it seized.
So if Trump demands Ukraine surrender territory,
then he is demanding that the United States violate its own federal law.
Spell it out, Alfred. What exactly is Trump trying to force Ukraine into?
Simple, brutal, clear. Trump is pressuring Ukraine to give Russia exactly what U.S. law says the U.S. must never legitimize. He calls it peace. But here's what it really is. Recognition of Russia's territorial theft. Illegal under American law. A signal to Moscow that America is willing to break its own commitments. Coercing a nation at war to surrender land. Using U.S. influence on behalf of an aggressor.
And he's not even challenging the law, not trying to change it?
No, he's ignoring it, as if the presidency comes with a delete button for federal statutes.
Fine. But why would a former U.S. president push something that violates American law and helps Russia? What's driving him?
3 things, and none of them are peace. 1. Ego. He wants a deal with his name on it. Trump wants a peace plan he can brand. Only I could do it. Doesn't matter if the deal is illegal. Doesn't matter if it destroys Ukraine. Doesn't matter if it weakens America. Legacy first. Law second. Security third. 2. Alignment with authoritarian leaders, especially Putin. This is the pattern Americans avoid confronting. Trump praises dictators, protects Putin, repeats Kremlin narratives, even when they contradict U.S. national security. Putin wants Ukrainian territory. Trump is pushing Ukraine to give it. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. 3. Revenge politics. Ukraine is collateral damage in Trump's personal grudges. Trump never forgave Ukraine for the impeachment investigations, even though Ukraine's government had nothing to do with them. He treats nations like characters in his personal drama. And now, a country fighting for survival is forced into his vendetta.
Alfred, Americans keep saying, this is a foreign war. Why should we care? So tell them, what's at stake for America itself?
Everything. And I'm not being dramatic. 1. If America ignores its own laws, it destroys its own power. The U.S. is strong not because of weapons, but because nations trust American commitments. If America breaks CAATSA, if it legitimizes Russian aggression, every ally will ask, if you betrayed Ukraine, who's next? Trust collapses. And when trust collapses, American leadership collapses with it. 2. A dangerous new rule emerges. Invade whole territory, force America to legitimize it. If Russia succeeds, then every dictator learns aggression works. The U.S. will eventually pressure the victim to surrender. That means more wars, more instability, more global chaos, which always hits American households first. Prices, energy, markets, security. 3. America becomes weaker, and Americans pay the price. When allies stop trusting the U.S. becomes isolated. And when authoritarian regimes grow bolder, Americans pay through higher energy bills, higher prices, higher interest rates, and higher risk of global conflict. This isn't geopolitics. It's your wallet, your mortgage, your retirement, your kids' future. 4. If America betrays Ukraine, it betrays itself. Ukraine is not just a foreign country. It's a frontline defense of the free world, a barrier between democracy and authoritarian expansion. Abandoning Ukraine means abandoning the values that define America: sovereignty, freedom, rule of law. If America stops defending those principles abroad, they erode at home.
Alfred, what's your final message to the American people?
America, wake up. This is not about Ukraine. This is about whether the United States still stands for freedom, law, and democracy, or whether it becomes just another dealmaker in a collapsing world. The cost of looking away will be paid by every American family. And once you lose leadership, you don't get it back.